Hi there. Good morning. I hope you're having an amazing day today. And it's a new day, and that's enough reason to celebrate and be grateful. Lentils, I want to talk to you about beans and peas. Lentils, this is a cheap, healthy food. I get this bag of lentils at Walmart, £1, 99 cents. And these beans, these red beans, I believe they were $1.16 for a pound. Many people say they don't eat beans and peas because it gives them gas. And it did give me gas when I first started eating a lot of it. It's very healthy for you. If you look at the back of this bag of lentils, look at the nutrients. Okay. It has calcium, folic acid. For those women that are trying to get pregnant or childbearing age who feel they need to take folic acid supplement, eat beans. Look at that. Thiamine, iron, and vitamin C. Look at the plant protein you get from this thing. And look at the fiber. Very little fat. Very little sodium. And very little sugar. And the sugar that's here is not artificial sugar. So lentils, beans, and peas are very healthy for us. Very healthy for you. Now what I do, when I first started eating a lot of peas and beans, I would cook it with ginger. I would boil the beans because I boil my beans from scratch. I soak them overnight in the fridge, pour off the water, and then cook them. I have a pressure cooker that cooks. Well, I don't cook lentils in the pressure cooker, but the black beans and the red beans and the chickpeas. After soaking them, I cook them in the pressure cooker for about 10 minutes. But you can actually cook them on stovetop for 30 minutes or so and they'll be ready. And the lentils I boil, and once I bring them to boil, I turn off the stove and I leave them in the water for about half an hour, then pour off the water, and they are perfectly ready to be eaten. I don't like to buy canned beans because they're loaded with salt. They're not healthy, and the aluminum can is not good for you. It has a lot of health risk issues. And so beans are very healthy, and they're good carbohydrates, and they move through the bowel rather rapidly, so they don't cause the weight gain issues that like white potato and the breads and things like that lead to. And so what I do with the beans and peas, I don't do that anymore. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do it. I still do it. Not so much because I have gas, but because these things are healthy. But I use ginger root, chop it really fine, and I saute the ginger root with the onion and garlic and tomato, whatever I'm going to saute that beans with. I add chopped ginger root and saute it, and I don't get gas. But I find that as the more I eat beans and peas, the less gas I have. And I discovered or read that as we eat more peas and beans, our guts develop or encourage more good bacteria to grow in our intestines. And the good bacteria is able to break down the peas and beans and either significantly lower the gas or eliminate it completely. I hardly have any at all from eating peas and beans anymore. That's because I eat peas and beans every single day. It's probably at least 25% of my dinner. So how I do it is, like I said, I boil it, strain the water off, I saute some garlic, onion, and tomato with some chopped ginger root. Sometimes I add fennel also, and I saute that with a tiny little bit of olive oil or coconut oil, and then I add the beans and just kind of toss it together. Also, I sometimes, to that sauteed vegetables, I will add mushroom. Mushrooms are very good for us. They're low calorie, anti-cancer agent, and mushrooms taste like meat. And so that's a good way of helping to eliminate meat from your diet by incorporating mushrooms. So that's what I do with the peas and the beans and lentils and stuff like that. I also used to chew on fennel seeds before I ate beans and after I eat beans. Fennel seeds, the oil from fennel seeds are very good for digestion. It helps with bloating, with gas, with heartburn, and so it should really be a regular part of our diet. I found out that in India, the restaurants usually have fennel seeds on the table. You know how, like in America, they put mint candy, poison. In India, they put fennel seeds, and people grab a handful of fennel seeds that they chew on after they eat to aid with digestion. So a lot of times the choices we make with our nutrition is because we lack knowledge. So I wanted to pass that on to you. Incorporate peas and beans in your diet every single day. It is believed that if men eat peas and beans every day, they will never have prostate cancer. That's what I've heard. Dr. Joel Furman, a medical doctor who is big on nutrition and the prevention of diseases, he says that all the time, that we should all be eating peas and beans every single day, and particularly men, to help to prevent prostate cancer. So eat up your peas and beans. Another thing I wanted to mention today is that people are so big into this protein shake nowadays. Protein shake, protein shake, protein shake. You know, my granddad lived to be 101 years old and never had any health issues except a little hard of hearing. And he never had a protein shake. He ate very little meat because they couldn't afford the meat. But my granddad's meal was primarily plant-based. Yams, potatoes, peas and beans, pumpkin, chocho, or coyote squash, and tomatoes, plants, really. They never ate rice, and when they did have rice, it was brown rice, and it was only on Sundays. And very little meat. No protein shake. Protein shake is actually bad for the kidney because our kidneys cannot handle too much protein. And if we eat adequate amount of plants, we get tons of plant-based protein, which is sufficient. It's sufficient protein for us. We don't need all this animal protein, and we sure don't need no soy protein and whey protein shake. It's not good for us. People are too big on the way they look because, you know, these protein shakes supposedly help to bulk you up, and they're less concerned about their nutrition and health and wellness. It's not about how we look. If we're healthy, we will look good. Okay? I remember when I told a doctor who is my friend that I had switched to a plant-based diet. He said to me, be careful, you know, be careful, watch your calcium. Well, you know, if you do a little reading, and if he knew what he was talking about, he would know that probably every plant, but I would dare say most plants, have tons of calcium. All the peas and beans have calcium, the green vegetables, they all have calcium. Okay? More than enough calcium for us to be healthy and strong and to take care of our heart. So we really don't need milk and cheese and animal products to get enough protein or enough calcium, and definitely not enough iron. Okay, so eat your peas and beans. Stay away from that protein shake. It's poison. Till we meet again, God bless you and take care.